Ah, what a day. Come out here and watch Big League Baseball, eat some Big League David sunflower seeds. You gotta love it.
In case you didn't know, Jake is John Kruk, our very own Sultan of SWAT. And as the physique might tell you, Jake doesn't believe much in sweat. We've got a poor group of guys this year as far as stretching and working out. I got Murph on one shoulder and Jake on the other shoulder, and everybody switched. They go to whichever one they like. Jake's he's winning so far. Right toe, right instep. Where you going, Jake? We're out making a movie. Let's play ball.
Oh, I love this part of spring training. Not that I need to work out or anything. After a grueling off-season of conditioning, I'm already in mid-season shape. These guys are just jealous, especially Lenny. They work out all year long and they still can't look like me.
You better back up if you want to get all in.
Now, is that the portrait of a big league ball player or what?
You're a much better player. The fatter you get, the better you hit them. You might be the best fat player I've ever seen.
Now, I'm not much on history, but wasn't there another fat guy who was a pretty good hitter? Babe something or other? I'm the only guy that can hit 300 8 months pregnant.
Beautiful.
Ham and cheese omelet.
Does that help you increase your weight shift?
Weight distribution is a key to hitting, as you know. I start with a little backswing, and it rolls back, and then when I come through the ball, it
I see ya, Kruk!
We were down by about 8 or 9 runs, and I do believe you're making the call that, dang, this game's going to be a long game. We're never going to make it back to the hotel by midnight in time for room service. What was your gut feeling at that time, John?
empty. My gut was empty.
John Kruk has taken baseball attire to new heights here today with his striking Phillies Braves ensemble.
Can't believe you did it! I can't believe you're doing it!
You and Trucker, I don't know.
Don't put me in the same breath with him, man.
Jake and Dutch, John Kruk, and Darren Dalton. Friends, teammates, lovers.
It's amazing that fans want to see me play. It's a scary thought of the whole thing. What our society's come to these days, but, you know, they want to see it, so I guess we have no choice but to go.
Head up, I want to walk with you. I want to look real thin.
We're still going to be real short.
The Phil skipper felt right at home as Dave Hollins and Terry Mulholland were also named All-Stars, but Terry was busy working on a theory.
Now, essentially what we're trying to correlate here is John Kruk, first baseman, Philadelphia Phillies, and the fall of civilization as we know it. Society is really coming to a standstill now when something like this can happen. And if you look at the man, it's a disgrace, isn't it? I think it's disgraceful. Forget the hair, forget the goatee. There's something wrong with this picture.
I've been after it for 2 years to get a haircut.
Definitely not your Charles Atlas type kind of guy. Yeah, and he's an aerobic instructor in the off season too.
John Kruk's hitting 350, man. It don't matter what you look like. That boy can hit.
John Kruk is a role model.
If you think Charles Manson's a role model, and I guess John Kruk would be too.
I think he's a good role model. He gets to bring the hillbillies back into the game. See, he wants you guys to think that he's just a hillbilly out of the hills.
That's all part of that act that John has to make everybody else think that he's not real smart when he's a very, very smart guy.
The guy is sharp. He's smart, I'm telling you.
My name's Ernie Banks. Nice to see you. And I'm glad he's here because this is the home of Babe Ruth.
John Kruk would be the one guy I'd pay for of any player in the big leagues to go see, because he'd be like the truck driver, delivery beer guy who somehow slipped past security, put a uniform out.
He's a stud.
He just looks like he's had a little more fun than some of the other people. You know, Johnny made a comment that if America voted him into the All-Star game, it's no wonder Bill Clinton's president.
There are a lot of people who said we could never change the way things were in Washington. Same sort of people who picked the Phillies to finish last this year.
I'm just wondering if people that voted for John Kruk will admit it, unlike the people that voted for Bill Clinton.
By the way, I think the Phillies are looking pretty good. Even that big fella Kruk, you know, the big bat. Wonder who cuts his hair.
Crucky was about to get a close shave by Randy Johnson.
That's the largest man in the history of baseball on the mound against you, John Kruk.
I'm not facing him. I'll quit.
You don't like to face
I
Randy?
don't know. I just seen him on TV, and I don't want no part of that.
Standing himself off. Johnson has had pitches clocked at as much as 102 miles per hour in Major League play. Would you say his heart is palpitating a bit? Look at the next step. I don't blame John one bit for going toward first. And you can see him smiling. The first one's over his head. Looked like a rope was on his right leg. And he bailed out again at the breaking ball. He wants no part of Randy Johnson. None. Nada. You knew that was coming.
Crucky gave the fans a little show, but when the Cardinals came to town, only 4 games behind, he knew it was time to get serious.
You keep talking about how much you like this team and you like this bunch of guys. Why is this team so attractive to you?
Kind of like family, you know. They're all a bunch of sick.
Nightmare on Broad Street, and it's a good title.